Hello YouTube, it's Ryan here with Hobbies Man once again, and today we're going to be doing another manga first impressions review. Today we're going to be looking at Sword Guy Volume 1. This is written by Toshiko Inoue, illustrated by Keita Ameyina, with the character design by Yosuma Kine, or it might be backwards. Let me actually double check that. It says the character design was Keita Amemiya, and the art was Wosumu Kine. And the author was Toshiko Inoue, like I said. So, yeah, this is published by Manga Line Mexico, as you guys can see by their little ML logo right there. So this is not available in English. This is from Mexico. This is in Spanish, and is one of the 3 titles that helped launch this this company early this year. And the demographic of this title is seinen. The genre is dark fantasy, and in terms of adaptation, it does have an anime. And I'm guessing that's why they picked this up, because they wanted 1 well-known title, 2 unknown titles, and then some other stuff. Well, I mean, I guess Double was a relatively known title, yeah. The premise is basically there's this type of, it's basically this demon hunting series. But the demons are kind of different from the usual things. So the main character is born in a very wild situation. His mother is hanging from a tree, and she gives birth to him, and he falls into a nest of snakes, and he gets bitten, and eventually someone saves him. And basically this feels like he's going to be a demon, because that's some crazy way to be born, right? So yeah, he is working with a sword master, someone that makes swords, what is it called? A swordsmith, a blacksmith. And he actually is kind of obsessed with swords. He has this affinity for them. Specifically, he has an affinity for this specific sword that they were working on for this temple. And this sword is said to have a god in it. And so one day he does something, and this awakens this like demon character within his own mind. And he loses his arm. And then his caretaker, the blacksmith man, decides to forge him a arm out of this sword that he was obsessed with, and that actually kind of helps him, but also kind of leads to him becoming one of these demons that is hopefully going to actually be a main character, and of course he's going to be a main character, and will probably be a demon hunter. So yeah, very good stuff. I actually really enjoyed it. However, it was really weird. Like, the characters didn't really, I didn't really understand what they were doing, why they were the way they were, and it's not very clear. I don't know if that was a translation. It was my lack of understanding of Spanish, because, I am natively Mexican, and I did learn Spanish when I was younger, but my level of Spanish is not equivalent to my level of English. My English is definitely much better than my Spanish, because I only learned Spanish writing and reading up to 4th grade. So it's not really what's it called, at the same level of proficiency. So sometimes it is possible that I don't understand something, but I don't think that it was actually my fault or the translation. I think it's just one of these series that just has a lot of ambivalence to it early on, and the part of the story is to make these ambivalences go away as the time goes on, which is not really a preferred method of storytelling in my opinion, or at least it's not for me, but it's something that works for these serialized series because it keeps you interested in figuring out things, right? So yeah, the character designs are really cool, and the story is pretty interesting. The characters are just kind of weird overall. Now that we've talked about that, I also want to show you this book itself, because I think it's kind of interesting. So this is the dust jacket. It also has an OB belt. These are made for what's called running ads and stuff, promotional material. Then we have the book, which is covered in a dust jacket. That's what the dust jacket looks like. Okay. Then the actual book itself. I think, yeah, this is the front. It's the same image. Here's the back. Here is the first page, which is a solid black color page. Here's the next page. And the next couple pages. And there is some damage here, and I think that was my fault because it came with some extras, and instead of putting the extras elsewhere, I just stuffed them in here, and I think I did damage my book a little bit, and so it opens more than it should, and it became unglued here at the very edge, and I can't really fix it. So yeah, the one thing to note is also that, well, there's a gluing issue for sure here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's this segment of pages is glued incorrectly at the top. And there's also some mild printing issues, but this is to be expected from a brand new company. I really don't hold it against them. The other thing to notice is that the index or the content page is actually at the very end of the book instead of at the beginning. I think that's kind of weird. I don't know if this is from Japan or if it's because they wanted to not waste a color page on that. I'm not really sure. And then let me show you all the extras that came with this because I did pre-order it. So first of all is one of these bookmarks. These are very floppy compared to the ones I usually get from Panini. It also came with a postcard. This is the normal postcard that has the postcard stuff at the back. And then all of these are basically collectible. They're more like cards than postcards specifically. They don't really have anything on the back. But here's one of all of the demon characters that showed up. Here is one of the main character, but this doesn't really show up in the book at all. Here's one that I think is spoilers for the future. Here is another one that I think is also spoilers for the future. I'm not really sure. Here is a pair of waifus as well. Number one. And they might actually be the same girl, I'm not sure. And number two, there you go. So yeah, that's all that came with this. I thought there was a card or something. I don't know, maybe that was from a different book. But yeah, that's all of the little extras and everything that came with this. And that's all I have to say about this book. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought. And thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.